YouTube does not push my videos or pretty much anybody's, even if you're subscribed and hit the bell notification. You actually have to go to my channel manually yourself to find the videos and watch them. So if you like what you're seeing here, the information that I provide, the philosophical essays, the cerebral content, the book reviews, etc., you're going to have to manually go to my YouTube channel and find the videos. I post new videos every day, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the video essays in particular. I was a child, or like I was stupid. I may be responsible for not being able to provide work to their standards, but I am not guilty of dereliction of duty by negligently failing to complete tasks. As I explained in my LOC response in April, I feel that I need training and assistance to get up to speed, but no one has taken that seriously or made any efforts to help or include me. It's because I was abandoned. 15. Finally, with regard to the allegation that my behavior has violated Article 133, I have never failed to respond to correspondence from my supervisor in a timely manner. I cannot always respond to a text or email within minutes or hours, but I do respond. I don't know how to defend myself against such a vague allegation other than to say what is the definition of timely. However, you can see from the email traffic that I have submitted about completing my tasks that I did respond quickly to correspondence with my supervisor and team. And it was, if there's any argument as to how or why I wasn't responding as quick as I should have, it's because I was exhausted at this point from the effects of the peripheral vascular disease starting to weigh on me. I was exhausted all the time. I remember that distinctly. Regarding my leaving on 7 February, consider what was going on that day and my state of mind having just gotten such disappointing news. I knew I was going to lose my bearing and break down if I stayed, and I needed to get some air and distance from the office for my own mental health. I believe I chose the route more consistent with conduct, becoming of an officer and gentleman, to just leave that day rather than risk losing my bearing. Finally, I have never refused to participate in group tasks or exhibited disinterest or unprofessional demeanor. While I have struggled with some of the work and I have felt ostracized by the office, abandoned, I have always been professional and civil in the performance of my duties. I do apologize for any potential misinterpretations that may have occurred through the limitations of the English language and or background differences. I said that to cover all bases. Number 16. I have been through a lot in my career, including several miscarriages of justice and disregard for my dignity, capabilities, intelligence, and conscientiousness. Refer to the other episodes of my story and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because of those experiences, my trust in the institutions and other entities in place to safeguard me against such things has been drastically deteriorated. At first, I trusted all agencies I was told were there to help me. However, that trust was misplaced, and with the benefit of experience, I now feel that trust was foolish and naive. And I kind of had to prove it, not just for myself, but for anyone and everyone who thinks that those institutions are actually trustworthy. They're not. I have never been incapable or lacking of desire to succeed, and the evidence of my upbringing and high goals upon entering into the Air Force are testament to this. So when I tell you that I've been wasted, maybe now you're kind of getting a perspective on that. However, the adversarial nature of the military culture has destroyed my spirits and rendered me utterly exhausted and frustrated. Number 17. Through all of this, I have tried to overcome each setback to the best of my ability. All the while, I was also making a lot of sacrifices in my personal life by putting my family's needs aside to deploy, be where the Air Force needed me, and pursue my career goals. On 15 May, I was informed that my father was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and vascular dementia, in addition to the damage already done by his many strokes. My mother has requested that I find a way to return home to help her care for him. Therefore, I have submitted an application for Career Intermission Program, CIP, for that reason, and I was denied that too. I worry that this action may in some way prevent approval of that package, and I hope you will consider that when you make a final decision. Number 18. I know that my supervisors and leadership do not like me and want me gone. What I can't figure out is why they have not made decisions that would allow me to transfer to the reserves or move on in some other way. It may sound paranoid, but it feels like they want to punish me by making me stay because I have expressed my interest to leave the unit, the service, or transfer to the reserves. That hardly seems fair to the office, the Air Force, or to me. I have given 12 years of my life to the Air Force. I deployed 3 times and flew hundreds of missions, accumulating over 1,000 hours of flying experience in support of this country. Please consider my service history when you decide if an Article 15 is necessary for me. I hope you will determine it is not appropriate in light of all the surrounding circumstances, and allow me to pursue CIP application so that I can get some help my mom and dad in their time of need, to my mom and dad in their time of need and failing health. Respectfully, my name, modeling simulation, blah, blah, blah. And then we go into the attachments, which are important. First one, third-party psychological assessment reports. All right, this one is to Honorable Congressman Donald Bacon, which he ignored me. The subject is report psychological well-being of Captain Peyton E. Pearson. Since September 11th, 2017, ironic date, I have met with Captain Pearson on 8 occasions. Our meetings have averaged approximately 1 hour per session. I have conducted extensive psychological testing / assessing of Captain Pearson as well. He has completed several psychological tests, and among these, the MMPI-2 and the MMCI-3. Analysis. No psychometric indications or psychopathology, so-called neurosis or personality disorders, were noted. A full and detailed report will be available shortly. That never happened because Dr. Cahill passed away, unfortunately. The next one is from Dr. Troy. Confidential psychotherapy summary. Client identification. This Caucasian man is single in a flight team of the Air Force. This was before I had been, this is actually immediately after I had been disqualified as a pilot. Referral information. The client was referred by another clinician. He had been a co-pilot until disqualified by the interpretation of a psychological test at the base clinic. He was being seen for psychotherapy by the psychologist who administered the test, Dr. Stankus, ironically named, but only once every 3 weeks due to the clinician's schedule at the clinic, which was short-staffed. So they were short-staffed. The amount stacked up against these bastards was infinite. The guy could only see me once every 3 weeks. And of that, he saw me below the amount of time that was allotted. The client had been supposed to have a flight evaluation board for approval to be a full pilot. But that was not held before he was dropped from the program due to an unsatisfactory assessment and qualification training. This was a little bit convoluted. I don't think he understood exactly what I was saying. I was a qualified pilot, but disqualified due to the psychological assessments. The client said he had repeatedly tried to do what was needed to avoid unsatisfactory ratings. Client wanted to find if there were anything else he could do